Hola, hola, hola. Hello, lovelies. I hope everyone's doing fine. Guess what time it is? It's makeup time. Whoop, whoop. Hashtag makeup if you hear me and you're feeling me. If you're watching me for the first time, hashtag hola, Hola, so I can hola back to y'all. And if you are watching me on YouTube, my makeup channel is Jay's Makeup Channel. Hola lovelies, like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. And if you are watching me on Facebook, Jay Hola Lovely Melendez on Facebook. I also have my business page on Facebook, Hola Lovelies, and also on Instagram. You can follow me at Hola underscore Lovelies. And you can follow me on IG as well. So let's get this party started. Whoop, whoop. Makeup is my passion. I love makeup. I don't feel makeup is there to change you. It's there to enhance your beauty. It's a passion of mine. I love using makeup. I love teaching women how to use makeup. I've found that a lot of women who don't wear makeup, it's not because they don't like it. It's because they don't know how to wear it. And that's what I hear over and over and over again. I just don't wear makeup because I don't know how. So I'm here to teach you. How I get my inspiration with makeup. I'm not a makeup artist. I never went to school for makeup. I just have a passion for makeup. So I'm not a makeup artist. But how I get my inspiration with makeup is usually what I'm wearing. I try to incorporate my makeup with whatever it is that I'm wearing. So today we're going to be using eyeshadows in beige, black, and green. And I'm going to be using a BB cream for the face. And so we're going to get into that, okay? So let's get this party started. Woo -woo. So we're going to start off by priming. Remember, ladies, if you don't prime, it's a crime. So you always want to prime. Put that on your face first. That is to protect your face from the makeup, 1. And 2, it keeps the makeup from soaking into your face. And it creates a nice canvas because it smooths out everything and it just creates a nice canvas to put your makeup on, okay? So we are just going to apply. Usually your 5 points and then just blend it in. Make sure you get all over where you're going to have makeup. Everybody does makeup differently. There is no rules to makeup. You see some women who do their eyeshadow first. You see some women who do the foundation first and then the eyeshadow. There's no rules to it. Whatever is comfortable for you. Usually what I do is I do the foundation first. I will do my eyeshadow first depending on the eyeshadow that I'm using because eyeshadow, depending on which one you're using, can have fallout. Fallout meaning that when you put it on, as you're putting it on, it's falling out. So if you put on foundation first and it falls out, it's gonna mess up the foundation. It defeats the purpose. So it depends on the eyeshadow that you're wearing. Some eyeshadows don't have huge fallout, which is perfect. So it depends. There's no rules. There's no rules to makeup. There's no age limit to makeup either. I hate when people say, are you too old to wear makeup? Or aren't you too old to wear makeup? There's no age limit to makeup. I love it when I see, older women, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old wearing makeup. I'm like, you go, girl. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to start off first by putting on the BB Flawless. The BB Flawless is a tinted moisturizer, and what it does is just, there's some women out there who don't want to cover up a lot, who don't have to cover up a lot, who just want to just even out their tone, and who have kind of dry skin. This is perfect for you because it moisturizes you at the same time as evening out your tone without putting on too much. This is medium coverage. This is not heavy coverage, not like a regular foundation. So what I do with the BB Flawless, I just put a little bit on my blending bud. This is a blending bud. So what you do is you need to wet your blending bud. I usually use the rose water, and I just spray it a little damp. You don't want it too wet, but you definitely don't want to use your blending bud dry, because it's gonna soak it in. It's gonna soak it, whatever you put on it, it's just gonna soak it all up. So you want to make sure that you wet it. So usually a couple of drops. Usually I use about maybe 3 or 4 drops, like that. And then I just apply it on my 5-point. Now it looks like it may not match. This is a medium to dark because I have a little bit of sun, but it's going to blend in. You're gonna see how it's gonna blend in. You always want to make sure that when you're putting on, you drag it down. And you want to go as close to the hairline as possible. You don't want to have your makeup where it just stops and it's not. And you can see it. You don't want that. So, and you definitely want to bring it down, because if you don't bring it down, what happens is that you have what's called a clown face, where you'll be able to see the 2 different colors. So you don't want to stop here. There's some people who stop right here. This is not where you, this is not where you stop. Okay, you want to bring it down. Okay, and then what I do is I just keep on dabbing, blending, blending. You could also use your fingers when you're using the BB cream. You don't have to use the blending bud. I like to use the blending bud because it blends better. Now, unless you're wearing foundation, then you might want to use the kabuki brush, which I can do a video later on showing you that. And a little bit on your ears just to blend it in. There you go. Okay. The trick to it is dab, dab, dab. We go. So what I'm going to be doing next is I'm going to be putting translucent powder on my eyelid, because I don't want the BB cream that I just put on my lid, I don't want it to crease, and then the oils that your eyelids generate, it's gonna go to the eyeshadow. So you don't want to do that, because then it kind of defeats the purpose from doing your makeup. So I'm putting my mirror here so I can see, but you guys can see me, right? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to be using the translucent powder. This translucent powder is exactly what it says. It's translucent. It looks white, but it goes on. That's what it looks like, but it goes on translucent. What I use is a little brush. This is actually a concealer brush, but I use it for the translucent powder. So you want to make sure that you get rid of any creases that you may have, because if you put on the translucent powder while you have the creases, that's the way it's going to stay. So I just put it on all over the eye. There you go. It's going to stay there. It's not going nowhere. Same here. I just want to dab it out. Take out all the creases. Grab the translucent powder. Put it all over the eyelid. I'm going to put some translucent powder, so more under the eye, but that's going to be later once I do the concealer. Okay? Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we are going to do the eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using 3 colors. I'm going to be using a beige, a green, and a black, so I can match. So I'm going to be using this palette, and I'm going to be using, I'm going to go with this color right here. Kind of goes, I think, that's what I'm wearing. Unless I go with this one, but I think if I go with this one, it's going to be too light. Actually, it kind of matches better. So I'm going to go with this one. So I'm going to take a blending brush. This is actually a blending brush from e.l.f. And I'm going to grab this color. This is going to be my transition color. And this color, this eyeshadow, this is what I mean. This eyeshadow has a lot of fallout, so I need to be very careful. So I'm going to tap, 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 because I want to make sure that I'm not getting a lot of fallout. And I'm going to put it all over my eyelid. There we go. All over the eyelid. Again on this eye, all over the eyelid. And when I say all over the eyelid, I'm not meaning like all over where you go over here. There's kind of like an indentation that goes up. So this is basically where you want to kind of keep it. And you want to keep it between the end of your eyebrow to the corner of your eye. That's kind of going to be like your imaginary line. Like you don't want to pass that line. That's going to be your imaginary line. Okay. So now we have the transition color on the whole eyelid. Now we're going to go with, that made a mess. Sure did. That's what I mean about the fallout. Okay, I'm going to be going with the green color. I'm going to be using this green color right here to kind of match. It's going to be a little lighter, but that's okay. And I'm going to be using on my inner eyelid. See, this one doesn't have a lot of fallout. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. So you tap, tap, tap. You get rid of that excess eyeshadow. And I'm going to put it on my inner eyelid. Can you see that? It's a very light green. So I may have to put it on a couple of times. And if you notice, I'm not going all the way out of the eye. I'm only going halfway because I'm going to use the corner to use the black shadow. I'm the type where I like quick makeup. I don't like spending hours on makeup. I have a very, very busy life. I don't have time, honestly. I love makeup, but I really don't have 2 to 3 hours to spend doing makeup. But I do want to walk out the door with my best foot forward, always. So I will invest a little time in myself in putting on the makeup, but just not 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours. Can't do it. Can't do it. Okay, so if you put a little bit on the on your crease, that's fine. It's not a biggie. because you're gonna go over the crease anyway with the black. So it's okay if you go into the crease. If you could try to stay out of the crease, that's fine. Crease meaning the indentation in your eye right here. But if you do, that it's no biggie. Okay. There we go. Hope you can see that. It's a very light green, but when you're outside, you will be able to see the green, and it will definitely match. You'll be able to see that it matches what I'm wearing. And I'm just dabbing it on. Okay, now I'm gonna go with another blending bud. I mean, not blending bud, I'm sorry, blending brush. It's a different blending brush, and I am going to be going in with this color right here. This is like a black color. Doesn't look like it, but it really is. So I'm going to be using a different blending brush. I'm going to be using this blending brush. It's a little bit fluffier, and I like the way it blends. So I'm going to be using that because to me it just blends out better. So you go to the corner of your eye, and you, in circular motions, you just go in circular motions, and you go up towards your eyelid. Okay, not too high, and then you start dragging it in. You don't hit any, you don't get any more, you don't grab any more shadow. You use the same shadow, and then you just bring it in. And you do what's called windshield wiper. And the good thing about makeup is that if you mess up, it's nothing to fix it. It really isn't. It's not like, oh my God, the end of the world. I mean, I wasn't born knowing how to do makeup. I just practiced. And how do you practice is you put it on, you make a mistake. If you can't fix it, if you don't know how and you got to take it off and do it again, then you take it off and you do it again. Not a biggie. Okay? It's not done yet. It's not done yet. So you're blending. The key to this is blending. You want to blend, blend, blend. Windshield wiper, back and forth. Blend, blend, blend is the key. That's how you get the desired look. Some women, a lot of the challenge with a lot of the women in doing eyeshadow makeup as well is they say that they don't know how. That's because you need the proper tools. If you don't have the proper tools, of course you're not gonna get the look, the desired look. So you see this, do I have one around here? I think I do. You see this? This is not gonna give you that look that you're looking for. This is used for just one eyeshadow and placing in the bottom of the lid, and that's it. That's all this is useful for. If you're looking to do a look with 3 colors and transition and colors, you need the proper tools. You need blending brushes, you need crease brushes, you need things to that nature. And when you're dealing with dark colors, you definitely want to start off lightly. As you can see, I haven't gone back. I haven't picked up any more because it's black. So it's going to come out dark. So you definitely want to start off lightly and add more if need be. And like I said, the key is to blend, blend, blend. I went a little bit into the green, but that's okay because we're gonna go back and we're gonna add some more green. Same here, you go to the corner, And you go in circular motions. And you start from the bottom or from the middle. You go down. Whichever way, whatever makes you comfortable, whichever way is comfortable, that's fine. Like I said, there's no rules in makeup. So you go in circular motions up to your eyebrow, and then you go bringing it in. You go dragging it in. And you go windshield wiper. And then little by little, you just go, you go moving it up, moving it up, moving it up. Towards your eyebrow. This one obviously is a little bit more lighter, so we're gonna have to grab some more. That's not a biggie. You're supposed to have fun with makeup. Don't let makeup intimidate you, because there's nothing to it. You make a mistake, you start over again. You have makeup remover with you, and you just take it off and do it all over again. Sorry about that. I need to grab a little more, because obviously this one is a little bit darker than that one, so I'm going to grab some more and add at the corner. And as you can tell, I'm not really getting any fallout with this color, because this eyeshadow doesn't have much fallout, so I'm grateful for that. And then you go back and forth. Now sometimes you gotta go back to the you know, with the eyeshadow, and just keep on going back and forth and until you get your desired look. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit off by just rubbing it on my hand, just to take off any excess, and then I'm going to go back and just go in circular motions, and then windshield wiper, because I want to blend it in some more. That's the key. The key to get that desired look. Remember, ladies, blend, blend, blend. And if you're not sure, blend some more. Hello. And you have to trust the process. It might not look good now, but trust me. You keep on working at it, and it's gonna work out. It's gonna come out. But you gotta trust the process. Another key thing is you always want to hold your brush at the ends, because you don't want too much pressure on the brush, and it's easier to manage that way. So I'm just blending, 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 blending. I want to blend here and the inside, just to take off so it doesn't look as dark. So you just blend, blend, blend. Go back and forth. If you want to take off, just rub it on your hands. Now I'm going to go back with the green, and I'm going to fill in again with that green. So using the other blending brush that I was using from the e.l.f. Sorry about the sirens in the background. I live live on the avenue, so you're gonna hear everything. So I'm gonna go back with the green, and I'm just gonna kind of like dab it on because the black went into it, so I definitely wanna add some more. You can always bend your head back when you're putting it on. It kind of like opens up your eyelids as well. Very nice. The city that never sleeps. Okay. And I'm just pressing it on. If you take it and you just press it on, it gives you more. You're able to put more. So if you press it on, bada bing, bada boom, comes out more. Okay, I think I'm good here. Now I'm gonna go back with the blending brush, the other one, and just blend a little more. Blend, blend, blend. You know what's great is that I'm almost done with this look. What? I'm just gonna in circular motions very lightly in the corner so I can blend in with the green. But look how quick that was, because I don't really have to. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Next is I'm going to put some concealer under the eye. Let me get a brush because I kind of feel like I had from that beige makeup. I kind of feel like I had a little bit of fallout here, but that's okay because I'm about to put. Yeah, I did from that beige. See what I mean about fallout? And I'm going to put concealer on top anyway, so you won't be able to see it that much. That's why you have to be careful with the eyeshadows. I don't like to buy eyeshadows that have fallout. Not my forte. So this is the concealer. I'm going to use this concealer. This is from Pharmacy, and this is Warm Honey. So you just put it under your eye. You don't really need a lot. Usually what I do is I use my finger. I use my ring finger because it has the lightest pressure. And I just go dabbing. I mean, you can use a blending bud if you want. I think I'm going to use a blending bud just a little bit. But for the most part, I use my finger. But I'll use a blending bud just to blend it in. Because I don't, and when I use the blending bud, I don't really blend right under my eye. Because for me, it kind of like defeats the purpose. So what I do is I just kind of blend around it. Again, my ring finger, the lightest pressure, And I'm just gonna dab very lightly. You don't want to pull on that skin underneath your eye, okay? Because it's sensitive. It creates wrinkles. So you definitely don't want to be pulling on that skin. And I'm going to take the blending butt and I'm just going to go over that. Sorry. Now what I do is I'm going to take that same brush that I use for my translucent powder. It's kind of like baking. Like you see some girls that take the translucent powder that's loose like this, and then they take the bud and then they just grab it and then they go like that and then they just let it sit there. That's called baking. It's kind of the same thing, but I don't bake. What I do is I just take, and it's to each his own. Everybody's different. You have to find out what works for you, what works out for your skin type and for your age range, and all that comes into play. So you just have to play with the makeup and see what works for you. So what I do, again, I grab very little and I just put it under my eye. It's setting the concealer, but I'm just not baking. I don't bake. I've never baked. I don't like it. And then I just let it sit there. Because I put so very little of it on that it's okay if it sits there. I'm not baking. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going with my bronzer. And this is where kind of the contouring comes into play. It's like contouring. I'm gonna be using this bronzer, which is like, look how huge it is. It's so big, like it'll last forever. You can leave it in your will, leave it to your kids, grandkids. I take a contour brush, which is at an angle, and I just grab. I have to be very careful with this. This is very pigmented. And then you're gonna go right where your indentation is, underneath, right where your cheekbone is, right in that little indentation there, and just place very little. And you go like to the end of your eye. You don't bring it all the way out. You don't go all the way down there. It's just not really proper. It kind of like elongates your cheeks, and you just want a little bit of indentation, but not too much, not too cray. And I take a little bit and I put on my forehead. This is to close up the forehead and give you kind of like a sun-kissed look. Okay, if you want, you can do a little definition by putting a little bit underneath your neck and bringing it down. It gives you a little bit of definition. You can also, if you want, you can put it on your nose. You can just squeeze it, grab it, and then just put it on your nose. It kind of like changes the shape of the nose a little. I don't like to do it too much on my nose, but you know, some women like it because, you know, they have a wider nose, so they like to do that, so that way it just looks thinner. Okay, now I'm going to be using the highlighter palette. This highlighter palette is Life. It comes in, it has three highlighters. Look how cute. Like, it's like a pink one, a beige one, and kind of like a brownish one. You use a fan brush for that. And what I do is I just grab all three of them. Because my seat just went down on its own. Weird. That was weird. It just went down on its own. Okay, I'm back. Okay, now grabbing more. You're gonna come right here, right where your cheekbone is, and you're just gonna put the highlighter right there. Not too much, very little. nose, a little bit on the tip of your nose, just a little bit on your chin. This is to brighten you up. I have already. Highlight is life. I wasn't much of a highlighter girl before, but now it's like, oh, I need my highlighter. You need your highlighter game to be on point, and this palette will give you the highlight you need, like seriously. If you want, you can also you can grab a little and you can just add a little right there. I think I need a brush for that, but just very little. You see how it just kind of like highlights right there? Life. As a clown, I know I am. It is what it is. Okay, what am I doing next? Oh, I'm gonna be using where did I put it? Okay, I'm gonna be using this pencil. I'm gonna be using this pencil just to put a little bit on my eye right here. It's kind of like a greenish color. And then I'm gonna be using it under the eye. So let's just put a little bit. Let me flip my mirror so I could be closer. My blending bud. I like to use my blending bud. So I go very lightly. And that's just to give it a little definition, not much. I like to put a little bit of eyeliner when I do the eyeshadow. It's so light you really can't see it, but it's there. And now I'm going to take a little bit and I'm going to put it underneath my eye, under the eyelashes. I'm not really going in my eye, I'm going under my lashes, and I'm going halfway because I don't really want to close it up. I like closing it up sometimes. It kind of gives you like that, you know, kind of like that sexy look when you close it up, but I don't want to do it for this look. Okay, and kind of to brighten my eye, I'm going to use my white. This is a white eyeliner, and this will open up your eye. It'll brighten it up. So I'm going to put that on my waterline. Okay, now I'm going to set it. I'm going to use the setting spray, the Time Lock setting spray, and just spray. And this is going to lock in. It's just going to set my makeup. Pretty. I'm almost done. Now we're going to do the mascara. Sorry. We're going to use the mascara. I'm going to use the Optimal Style mascara. This is not a lot either. This is actually $10.90. Costs $10.90. It gives you nice lashes. Lashes are life. You need to have mascara to give you that look. That completes it. That puts it all together. See that? Look at that. How pretty. And I just put a little bit in the corner. Just a little bit. I don't do the whole eyelashes. I just do the corner. That was just one coat. Look at that. Look how pretty. Amazing. There we go. Let's give it an extra. An extra coat, just to give it an extra. And I'm using the same one. I didn't even dip in and look. What? Look at that. Santo! Mira eso! Cállate. I'm gonna be using I'm gonna be doing an ombre look for my lips. For my eyebrows, I don't put anything on my eyebrows. What I do put on my eyebrows, this is a eyebrow gel. This is clear. This has no color to it. It's clear. And what I do is I just brush it on, just like this. I go with the shape of my eyebrow, and it's like brushing them. And what the gel does is just sets your eyebrow and keeps it there. Hurricane could come and your eyebrows ain't going nowhere. And you just brush them. And that's it. That's it. You brush them however you want the shape to look. Shut the front door, Becky. Just shut it. Okay?